How Internet works via submarine cables. Top question answer on how Internet works via submarine cables. Have you ever wondered how you can access websites from different countries or continents in a matter of seconds? How does the Internet travel across oceans and connect millions of devices around the world? The answer lies in the submarine cables that lie beneath the surface of the sea. Submarine cables are long, thin wires that carry data using fiber optic technology. They are made of strands of glass fibers that transmit information using lasers at nearly the speed of light. They are wrapped in layers of copper, plastic, steel and tar to protect them from water, pressure, corrosion and other hazards. Submarine cables are laid down on the ocean floor by specialized ships that carry thousands of miles of cable on board. The ships use sonar and GPS to avoid obstacles and find the best route for the cable. The cable is slowly unspooled from the ship and lowered to the seabed by a plow or a remote-operated vehicle. Submarine cables connect to landing stations on shore, where they link up with terrestrial networks that distribute the data to end users. The landing stations also provide power to the cables, as well as monitoring and maintenance services. Submarine cables are essential for global communication and commerce. They carry more than 99% of international data, such as emails, web pages, videos, phone calls and financial transactions. They are faster, cheaper and more reliable than satellites, which have higher latency, lower bandwidth and higher costs. Here are some common questions and answers about submarine cables and how they work. Q1. How many submarine cables are there in the world? A1. According to Telegeography, a research firm that tracks submarine cable networks, there are currently 426 active submarine cables in the world, spanning over 1.3 million kilometers, over 800,000 miles. Q2. How long does it take to lay a submarine cable? A2. It depends on the length and complexity of the route, but typically it takes several months to a year to lay a submarine cable. For example, Google's Curie cable, which connects the US to Chile, took about 10 months to complete. Q3. How much does it cost to build a submarine cable? A3. The cost of building a submarine cable varies depending on the distance, capacity, terrain and demand of the route, but generally it ranges from tens to hundreds of millions of dollars. For example, Facebook's Maria cable, which connects the US to Spain, cost about $200 million. Q4. Who owns and operates submarine cables? A4. Submarine cables are owned and operated by a variety of entities, such as telecom companies, internet service providers, content providers, governments and consortiums of multiple parties. For example, Google owns and operates several submarine cables, such as Dunant, US France, Equiano, Portugal South Africa, and Grace Hopper, US UK Ireland. Q5. How fast are submarine cables? A5. The speed of submarine cables depends on the number and quality of fiber pairs, the type and modulation of lasers, and the signal processing technology used. The current state-of-the-art submarine cables can transmit up to 20 terabits per second, TBPs, per fiber pair, which is equivalent to streaming 4 million HD videos at the same time. Q6. How reliable are submarine cables? A6. Submarine cables are designed to withstand harsh ocean conditions and last for up to 25 years. However, they are still vulnerable to damage from natural disasters, such as earthquakes, landslides and storms, or human activities, such as fishing, anchoring and dredging. According to Telegeography, there are an average of 200 cable faults per year worldwide. Q7. How are submarine cables repaired? A7. When a submarine cable is damaged or broken, a repair ship is dispatched to locate and retrieve the faulty section of the cable. The repair ship uses a grapnel or a robot arm to lift the cable from the seabed and splice it with a new piece on board. The repaired cable is then lowered back to the ocean floor. Q8. How secure are submarine cables? A8. Submarine cables are relatively secure from physical tampering or interception, as they are buried deep underwater and protected by layers of armor. However, they are still subject to cyber attacks or espionage from malicious actors who can hack into landing stations or tap into fiber optic signals. Thanks for watching.